Saying someone is a sociopath. Sociopathy is a mental disorder characterized by a personality disorder that involves antisocial or asocial behavior. According to the Mayo Clinic, those with this antisocial personality disorder do not show discernment between right and wrong and ignore the rights and feelings of others. What signs can alert you that you are dealing with a sociopathic person? David J Lieberman knows this well from his years of experience and research on human behavior. For a long time, this expert trained U.S. military personnel, the FBI, the CIA, and the NSA. According to his perspective, sociopathic people can cause real havoc in the lives of others and can be more difficult to detect than psychopaths. As he explains in this article for CNBC, psychopaths tend to be more manipulative and minimize the risk of criminal activities, while sociopaths have more erratic, impulsive, and anger-prone behavior, so they can be more dangerous. A psychopath is usually colder and more calculating, never letting his emotions control him, while a sociopath is carried away by them without considering the consequences of his actions. In this way, sociopaths are less patient, less planned, and act more out of compulsion. Now that you know the differences between both profiles, how to distinguish a sociopath, David J Lieberman gives you 6 keys. Number 1. They know right from wrong, but they don't care. When it comes to drawing the line between right and wrong, Lieberman explains that what's best for them is right for sociopaths. In other words, the end justifies the means. If it serves them to achieve their purposes, they justify any kind of action. This characteristic leads sociopaths to lack remorse. They do not care about the damage they cause to third parties, and by living without fear of disconnection, they do not experience anxiety about their actions either. Number 2. Their personality is captivating and charming in order to manipulate and get what they want. Some sociopaths lack impulse control and suffer from a variety of addictive and self-destructive behaviors and habits. However, the most meticulous and with greater self-control and patience turn out to be the most harmful. These types of sociopaths are experts at charming others. They make a great first impression and are altruistic, warm, and empathetic. Of course, her supposedly captivating personality and charms are a facade, calculatedly designed to manipulate whoever is in front of them. Number 3. His honesty doesn't seem genuine. A sociopath has no real sense of self, so they struggle to maintain the impression they create and project onto the world, explains Lieberman. They already have a mask, and the lies are another new layer on top of it. In this way, when they are not telling the truth and are hiding something, they can sound cartoonish, abusing set phrases and repeating themselves like a broken record. Some of the phrases you can hear from a lying psychopath are those like "I'm 100% innocent" or "I swear I never did such a thing." Number 4. They know perfectly well how to get on your nerves and undermine your emotional balance. Sociopaths know what key to push to control relationships with the people around them. First, they gain control of that bond, and then they destroy the emotional stability of the individual. They are very unpredictable people, both purely tactically and due to personality disorders. Number 5. They bring out their worst side if they notice that they have lost control over you. When a sociopath finds out that you are not obedient, they will go into attack mode. It is then that his facade falls and his more restrained, polite, or civic attitude cracks to give way to his true nature. Accusations, shouts, scenes of anger, and behaviors motivated by a violent and uncontrollable drive. Number 6. They display false humility. Another important detail is the appearance of modesty or vulnerability. Sociopaths can display great humility by appearing meek and unassuming. It is one more mask, and sometimes it is detected by excess, since they do not know how to measure these false appearances. Number 7. If you still doubt, check the symptoms proposed by the DSM-5. This manual states that the signs or symptoms of this mental entity may vary or change over time, but some that are very characteristic of people suffering from sociopathy are: they are liars or cheats. They make alliances or relationships for personal and monetary gain, and can even exploit others without feeling guilt or remorse. So much less can you expect an apology from them. They have a lack of empathy. They lie, steal, cheat, and break the rules regardless of whether they harm someone or care about the consequences. They lack interpersonal skills. Due to the above symptoms, they have difficulty interacting socially and maintaining close, healthy relationships, and if they do, it is because they obtain a benefit of their own. They ignore rules or limits. They do not take into account the consequences of their actions, so it is very common for them to break the law, cheat, or be aggressive. They are impulsive. Because they are driven by impulse, they are usually incapable of planning. This distinguishes them from psychopaths, who normally act intentionally and premeditatedly. The expert also provides some brief tips for dealing with a sociopath. Don't publicly disagree with them, but disassociate slowly and cautiously. Seek therapy or support to overcome isolation. Prioritize your own emotional well-being and talk to someone about it. But can sociopaths change? In short, probably not. Experts caution that there are few or no treatment options for antisocial personality disorder, a complex mental illness that is influenced by many factors and is poorly understood, says Dr. Griffith. The problem with diagnosing with DSM-5 is that it simply gives a label for this pattern of symptoms, but offers no explanation of what causes this disorder or how to treat it. He explains, because sociopaths do not recognize that they have a personality disorder, they may only seek treatment for other related symptoms, such as anxiety and depression, or problems that arise as a result of their behaviors, such as substance abuse or legal help afterward of criminal activity. One difficulty clinicians face is that data is limited in terms of treatment outcomes in this patient population. Clinicians and researchers find it difficult to make definitive recommendations on the best approach to treat them, given that several studies of antisocial personality and psychopathy have used different measures. More research is needed, says Dr. Chris Pine. Despite the fact that sociopathy is an extraordinarily delicate disorder, fiction often presents us with this kind of personality, arousing fascination among readers and viewers. Characters such as Alex Delarge from The Orange Clockwork Glow, Jack Torrance from The Clockwork Glow, Jean-Baptiste Grenouille from The Perfume, or the Joker himself have become social icons decorating walls, t-shirts, and badges. And it is that the indomitable, radical, impulsive, and rapidly individualistic character of these characters activate the dark side of the reader, who even ends up idolizing them. Why are sociopaths seduced in fiction? Somehow, and despite being aware of the devastating social impact of a person with a disorder of this type, his unshakable self-esteem, ingenuity, and ability to torpedo social convention are admired. Ultimately, we feel like deciphering the enigma that this kind of unfathomable personalities always pose. Now, we sure wouldn't want to live door to door with Patrick Bateman, lest we have one more business card to broke than his, and he takes it badly. And these are 7 things someone is a sociopath. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. And you, how many of them do you have? Leave us your opinion in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Beautiful Minds for more interesting videos. See you soon.